Hi everyone, I think we are on. Welcome. Give you guys a few minutes to see the link that it's live, and then we'll get started. I'm Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Have been for 16 years, 15 and a half years, something about that. And I love to share what I do. I can see that Nancy is logging on. We'll see if we have any more people logging on. Nancy, I loved your ladybug card from yesterday, and I meant to show you. I'll put a photo in your comments on that. My mother recently came across an invitation I made. This is before I did Stampin' Up! Of a ladybug with the wings that opened up, and it was a birthday invitation for my daughter's first year birthday. So I will post it because it reminded me of that. It was really sweet. All right, we have Kim watching. Excellent. We have people on. It's much more fun when it's live. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So as you join on, be sure to say hi. Let me know you're here. I'm going to flip it down in a minute, and so it's harder for me to see some of the comments, but I'll keep looking over my computer to make sure that I don't miss any questions or comments. Cindy's watching. Perfect. Hi, Kim. Excellent. We are going to make something new today. New to me, and I think it's called it's either a floating card or a floating frame card. If you know the right name, please let me know so I can kind of put it correctly in the description so people know what we're doing. But it's kind of cool. So you'll see a little bit better, but it's almost like we have these floating strips of designer series paper, but they're actually on a window sheet. So it's kind of cool, and it's super, super easy, and it's kind of it's a trendy thing. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Laura. Let's see. I'd love to see the ladybug. Yes, I will show you. Oh, I didn't realize you freehanded those wings. That's perfect. For you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, so I have two Facebook pages. I have this one, Mail Something Pretty, and I have another one, and it's called MSP, Mail Something Pretty, VIP. And so that's more of one that you guys can post pictures and kind of lead the conversation. This one, it's more, you have to respond to what I write. And so the other one's technically a group, just to get into logistics. So anyways, I had posted a prompt this week. It's National Pollinator Week. And so for butterflies and ladybugs and hummingbirds and bumblebees and butterflies, not dragonflies. I looked it up. They are not pollinators. But I'll take those cards anyway. So I prompted some people to share their cards of pollinators. And so Nancy had done a really, really sweet card on a ladybug. And it reminded me of a birthday invitation I made for my daughter's first birthday. And her next birthday is coming up in 2 months, and she'll be 20, which is crazy. So awesome. Hi, Pam. So we have lots more people joining. I'm so happy. I'm so happy this time works for you guys. Kind of the middle of the day here, but maybe it's kind of lunchtime or something. But I think it's great. All right, so I'm going to put the camera down, but we're going to make a different version, but this is kind of what I'm calling I don't know if it's a floating card or a floating frame card. So if you guys know the right name for what we're going to do, please type it in the comments so I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to flip this down. Flip this over. My son told me that Apple is coming out with a new thing that I think will help me, so I don't have to flip. I think it will have both angles of me in our workspace. So I have to investigate that because it'll make it easier, a little bit more professional. All right, so this is the card, and you can see these are strips of designer series paper, and it's new paper. I think it's called a Wash and Beauty, and I just took 1/2-inch strips. So this is great for scraps. And I'm going to make the whole card. I'm actually going to make it fish. I'm going to make it a little different. And I'm going to use this paper called Sun Prints, which has nothing to do with fish, but I like the color because it's kind of navy, but I think it will lend itself, hopefully, to fish because I didn't make this one up. But while I have this here, I want to point out, I just announced this morning on my email list, and it's also written on my blog, mailsomethingpretty.com, about my paper share. For the launch of every catalog, I do a paper share. And so you get papers that looks exactly like this. Different papers, of course. But they are wrapped in a band. I gotta separate them. You have a band that keeps them all together. And they're tells you what the colors and the name of the papers, and so it makes it, I find it actually very helpful to me, so I know what the coordinating colors are. So this is what you'll get, one of these for every pack of paper. It's going to be the holiday catalog, so there'll be all the new holiday papers. And so that was announced, and the deadline for that is June 30th, because I will place the order the next day on July 1st. Make sure nothing sells out. But I'm also introducing Sue, who's not on right now, asked me if I ever did ribbon shares. And so I'm doing a ribbon share for the first time. It'll be kind of the same thing. I'm going to take, you either get 1 yard or 2 yards, depending on the spool of ribbon, of each ribbon that's in the catalog. And I think I also added in some gift boxes. And I think there was one more thing in the ribbon share. And so the same thing, I'll label it, the name of the label, the color, the name of the ribbon and the color, and you'll just get a share or a portion. And so that way you can kind of, it's like a test drive, right? And sometimes all you need is just a share, and then that's enough of the paper you need. You don't need a whole pack. Or sometimes you say, oh, I love this paper, I want more. So that's kind of the purpose of the share. So for both of those, I need to know by next, whatever the 30th is, Wednesday or Thursday, I forget. And then you'll get, because it will be Celebration, which is just insane that we have Celebration again. I'll give you bonus Celebration papers for the paper share, and I will give you, they have these really, I don't have them here, note cards and envelopes. They're really pretty, with a ribbon share. And if you do both, I will give you a whole pack of the, it's red and white glitter paper. It's 6 by 6. I think you get 3 or 4 sheets of each in the pack, and that will be if you do both, just as a thank you gift. Okay, enough about that. So this is what we're gonna make. I need my paper trimmer. Oh, here it is. Because we're making this one, we're gonna make our own scraps because I didn't cut it yet. So hopefully this comes out. So I decided, I thought some of these kind of looked like underwater sea. And I think we're gonna use one more of the stripes. So I'm just gonna cut a 1/2 inch of each of these papers, 1/2 inch strip. You could do this 1/4 inch. You could do it, we'll see. Well, isn't this beautiful? I should have showed you this print. They're really pretty. You can make your strips any size you want. You can make them all the same size. You can make them different. It's kind of whatever you want to do. It also depends on the die you use. So we're going to use, for this one, we're going to use a larger circle, which I think is 3 inches wide. All right, so let's see. There's one more I was going to use. Straight. Oh, we have another Debbie on. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for joining. I don't know what point you joined, but I just described the paper share, which I won't go over again, but that is on my blog, and I think you guys got it in your email today too, because I was showing kind of what papers look like in the share. All right, and so to recap what we're making a different version of this. Does anyone know yet? Is it frameless card or framed card? Oh, it's not framed. Floating. A floating card or a floating frameless card. I don't know. If anyone knows the right name, I would appreciate it. All right, so I have my, to clean this off. Actually, we don't even need that yet. So the key to this is actually window sheets. So that's what we're going to glue these strips on. So window sheets come in 12 by 12 paper. You get 2 sheets per pack. And so what I do, you can see kind of all in here, all my scraps, because sometimes you might not think you're going to use these little scraps, but you do. There's a whole bunch of different cards that use like little pieces to kind of hide or prop something up, or so anyways, I save them all. And then sometimes these I had used them for some other project. I had cut a whole bunch, and I put them in envelopes so I can see them because they're see-through. I have fingerprints all over them too. That one's a little better. So anyways, I keep them in envelopes, or you could put like washi tape on it if you have it on the table, or a Post-it note or something, just so you can see it, because I can't tell you how many times I've lost it. All right, I don't need to, this was pre-cut, so I'm not gonna cut it down. Actually, I guess I could. I'm gonna show you why I have this one in a second, because I don't need the whole thing. I really just need it as big as the dies. Okay. So let's see what order we want these in. I don't know if I want the light or the dark. So I had done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's what I have here. Kind of 5 half-inch strips work with, there we go, with this circle, which I'll show you which one I'm using. These are, you've seen me use these before, the Stylish Shapes dies. They're new to the new annual catalog, and I love them. I don't even put them away. I've been using them so much. So I'm going to use the biggest circle, which also is actually about the same size as the largest circle in the circle dies, the layering circle dies. They're kind of almost the same size. So I'm going to just glue each of these strips onto this sheet. And I have this one out to show you. I've done the same thing, except for I made the, oh God, the gap, that's not the word I want, but the space, I'm tired. I played pickleball this morning in the sun and I'm exhausted. The space between was a little bit narrower than here, so it's hard to see, but the tip top got cut off and the bottom got cut off, and it's probably fine, but it would look a little bit crisper to have that full rounded circle. So I just want to make sure that I have enough of a gap. All right, so I'm just going to glue, and I'm going to glue it. I'm just going to use my silicone mat just in case I get glue somewhere. All right, so I just want to make sure the border, not the border, the space between, thinking like the grout between, but that's not it either. You guys need to help me out. It's like eerily quiet. There's no cars going by. My house is quiet. You guys are quiet. All right. So make sure. Yeah. So I know now I'm going to be able to cut. It's just going to make it. So I could have either made these narrower in another strip. You could always use a smaller circle, but I kind of like the bigger circle. Just want to make sure these are glued down. All right, so now I'm going to cut this with this. Use my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. So I had attended a virtual program event, Stampin' Up, and some of the demonstrations were awesome. And I will reproduce some of those. But one person was calling this the Boss, because it's called, really the real name is Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, which is really long. It's a replacement of the Big Shot, which was a little easier to say. And then they called the other one the Mini Boss. But I don't know, it sounds kind of funny to call it the Boss, but see if you guys come up with a name. All right, so now I'm just going to, so my strips are glued onto my window sheet, and I'm just going to cut this out. Do you see how easy this is? I've been seeing this around. I don't know if you guys have either, but it's kind of like a trending style of a card. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to run it through twice because the window sheet is plastic. I just want to make sure I got a good cut. My other one I had to just cut it slightly. All right, so of course did I get glue on here? That wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so this punches out. So I'll use these strips for something smaller or something else. Set that aside. Oh, this looks pretty. Isn't that cool? All right, so we'll put our card together. I'm using a new stamp set. I was just mounting some of it this morning. I didn't even finish mounting it, but I thought it would look cool. Again, this is the one my first one. I have seen the circle with like I don't really have a long skinny flower, like it goes right on top with like the words. That looked really nice, but you can kind of play around with it. I'm gonna make another one that's sideways, but this one I'll make horizontal. All right, so that's gonna go in there. We're gonna put dimensionals, but I'm gonna make some fish. So I just ordered this set, just came with the punch, and I liked it. I live near the water, and I don't always get the nautical stuff, but almost always get the nautical stuff. So I just thought it was kind of cute, and I liked how there was a punch involved. Sometimes punches are easier than dies. So yep, see, I haven't even finished mounting my set, but we're going to use this fish. Oh, this one's already on a block, and then we'll decide between the two words. I'm not sure which ones I want to use yet. And I had blocks here, and I moved them. So I don't know if you can see on both these fish, or maybe you can see it better on the stamp set. So on all the fish, I noticed that the eyes are kind of in the middle. So you could have the fish swimming in this direction, or you can have the fish swimming in this direction. And so the punch is pretty symmetrical. So you just punch it out, and then you can turn it either way. I'll show you. I was pretty excited about that because it gives, I don't know what use of the punch with the fish. But when you stamp it, you want to stamp it in the direction of the punch. So this one's going to get stamped this way. This one will get stamped this way for punching. Now we have to decide on colors. I think I'm going to do Sweet Sorbet for the big one. I can always change my mind. And then I'm going to let's do the green, Tahitian Tide. The small one. Now, my ink pads are a little, as I call, juicy. Oh, actually, I can use this. So I usually use a gift card, and I just kind of move some of the ink over, because it's like too much ink. And I can always move it back. So let's clean off my block. Actually, I'm going to try the red one too to see if that helps. Because it didn't stamp. It's supposed to stamp a little crisper. Oh yeah, that did it better. Your ink on me too. All right, so let's wash this off. I love this shaming. Okay, so let's try that too. So again, I usually use an old gift card, but a bone folder works. Anything is traditional. I'm just moving some of the ink over. And I have re-inker, so I have no problem re-inking it when I need to. And let's see if there's a difference between this one and this one. Let's hope there is. So I just showed you what I did. Well, not too much. You'll see on another card, something else I'm going to show you. I had a little bit of a crisper image, but these are fine. All right, so let me punch them out. Let's see. Pam says, I don't have the fish stamp. I think I would try the new sailboat. Oh, Pam, the sailboat would look awesome with this. Okay. I'll make another. I don't have it here. I'll have to make another one and post it. It would look beautiful with those colors. My paper's it's a hair too wide to fit in there. There we go. You know, it looked really nice. Again, we just came up with this morning. If you had papers, or you could do, she got stuck. You could do like sunset colors and then the sailboat. That would look beautiful because you can mix and match different papers. So I'm sure you could find colors of a sunset or sunrise. That would be beautiful. I'm gonna have to play with that. Good idea. All right, so here are my fish. Let's see here. I was thinking, oh, I smudged. Where's that chamois? I'm gonna turn this over because I smudged. So I was thinking the red one would look kind of nice somewhere on there. There we go. Like that. And we need some words. Where are the words? So either the two ones I mounted were a sea of thanks or sending well wishes. So let's see which ones we like in there. So a sea of thanks would actually fit in there pretty nicely. These are super sticky. Or so wouldn't sending well wishes. Well, maybe I'll do sending well wishes only because my other one says thank you. All right, and I'm going to do that in navy. All right, so I'm actually going to stamp it first, and then I'm going to put these guys on it. But let's hope I mounted it straight. Pretty good. Okay. So now I'm going to turn this over and put, see, the glue's dried. I'm just going to put dimensionals on the stripes. So that way you still have that clear kind of peekaboo with the window sheet. So this is the other thing I noticed on the event I was watching. Some people use tons of dimensionals, like would cover like crazy, and some are minimalists. So let me know, are you a minimalist or are you a crazy dimensional? Or you can word it differently. I'm more of a minimalist. I don't think you need tons and tons of dimensionals, even though I should encourage you to use more so you could buy more, but that's not who I am. All right, so I'm going to, because I don't want this card to be, well, let's see. I don't know if I want a dimensional on that one or not. You're a crazy dimensional person? I have to come up with a better, so I'll just do one. You probably would have done two. I can't believe how many some people put on. I'm going to do another one because that could, when it goes through the mail, because I didn't use many, it will flatten. Here, I'll use two. I normally probably use one. You're a minimalist, Debbie? Yeah. It's funny. You're like either or. All right, so there we go. A sea of thanks. I wonder if it needs a little, or I could have moved it down. Let's see, do we have anything in here? No, it's fine. Minimalist card. So here are the two. Again, you can do so much with this. You can put lots of stuff in the background. These are just kind of more clean and crisp, the white. I'm going to do one more that I have halfway prepped for you, just to show you a slightly different style. And hopefully it comes out. I haven't, well, you'll see what I prepped. All right, those are going to stay there because I can't get them off. So I had kind of done a little search online of frameless cards, and all sorts came out, and that's why, or floating cards, that's why, oh, maybe because, I don't know. There were different versions, total different cards, and that's why I'm not sure about the name. So you can do, I'm going to do a square one. So I made all of these fish, and this is what I was trying to talk about. This one kind of came out a little bit more clear, and these are, actually, they are distinctive stamps, which means there's kind of a lot of detail in texture, but it's still just a flat stamp. But somehow they've been able, and I think they have a patent on this, they're able to get all this kind of detail, sometimes almost photographic. So it's a distinctive style stamp is what they're calling them. It's kind of cool. All right, so these ones are all glued, and I'm going to do it square. I'm going to use those same dies. I'm just going to use the biggest square. Again, you can use all sorts of shapes, but right now, these are the only ones I've made using it. Let's make sure because I can't see. And my square or rectangle dies, I put on an angle. Have you ever, when you're cranking through and you get that big bump, like a speed bump, you may have gone this one big edge through at the same time, but if you just slightly angle it, kind of reduces that impact. It kind of is a little bit more of a transition. All right, I'm gonna run it through twice. See that Kim is a minimalist. Nancy, it depends on the project. Tracy depends. Hi, Tracy. There goes the die, but that's okay. So I'm gonna have to take glue gun on my plates because I have gotten glue on my plates. Did I cut? I got to cut it again. Let's see if I can line it up. It didn't, that's funny, even though I cranked it through twice. I know what I'm gonna do. Sometimes what I do, sometimes this is more where the detail dies. If you don't get all the little pieces out, I actually cut it upside down. I think that's lined up. Oh yeah, see that big bump because I didn't do it diagonally. You know, for good measure, let's just do it one more time. That's weird though. I didn't have to do that with a circle. There we go. Isn't that weird? Why isn't that cutting? Do I have two pieces? There we go. This is live TV. I'm gonna use scissors. Just cut along the mark. I wonder where that was. I haven't even used the squares yet, so they should be nice and sharp. It could be too much. Oh, maybe it's too much glue on the fish. Who knows? Well, that's super cute. The one I saw someone had done it with flowers. All right, so I have, here we go. When I'm going to do it a horizontal card. So when I do that, I like to cut them this way because then they will sit on your table that way. Ah, that is super cute. Okay. Keep that there. And actually we can do, let's do the words, whichever ones fit in these dies. Do one of these fit in the dies? A sea of thanks will fit in there. Love never fails, here for you, that's kind of small. We'll do a sea of thanks because that one's mounted. There it is. Oh, and I meant to do the other one on this one. Oh well. All right, so did I bring up scrap? I used my scrap. Oh. We'll see if that doesn't bleed through. Cut this real quick because I didn't pre-cut it. Kind of designing on the fly. This is the last card I had for you. Hi Jill, greetings from Northeast Ohio. Awesome. Shared means, did someone share it with you or did you share it with someone? And I appreciate whoever shared it. Thank you. All right, let's get this here. Oh, I'm glad you like my speed bump tip, Nancy. Yeah, it really does help. Oh, and Charlotte's here. Oh, we got a whole bunch of people on here. Excellent. All right. So this is so cute. It probably needs a little some more color. It needs something else. So I'm not gonna glue it down because it needs something. Like some seagrass or something over here. See how this one at least fills up the color? Or do you think? You tell me. Should I just finish it off or should I put something with color underneath? I'll wait for a second. You guys can tell me. I have probably something seagrassy downstairs. All right, so in the meantime, let's see, dry emboss. Oh, that could work. Oh, you know what I have? I do have that, it's downstairs. All my stuff is downstairs. I have that one with the shells, but it goes this way, so it wouldn't work. That one wouldn't work. Do I have anything else sea related? I know if I had waves or something. I could stamp wave. Okay, hold on. I could stamp waves. Yes, color, says Debbie. Try emboss was my thought too. Color. Okay, so I'm going to do something else with this, and I will post it today. Okay, I'll look and see what I have for my embossing folders that would work if it's somewhat sea related, or I'll put some color because it definitely needs something. But I'm loving this little fish look. And so, you know, if imagine it would be popped up, so that will look good too. So you see little shadows underneath. Okay, so I have, this is the other one we made today. And this is the one, make sure they're all on camera. Look at them all crooked. All right, so it's a fun little technique. It really doesn't use up much paper. I cut the strips myself, but I'm sure you have strips around. You don't really need that much. And you can use different shapes and everything. So I would love to see what you make. So if you are, a lot of you already are on my Mail Something Pretty, the VIP page. So post what you make now that you know how to do it. It's super easy in whatever shapes you have, as long as you have the window sheets. But if you don't, you know how when you get photopolymer stamps, this is obviously red rubber, but you get that it's like sandwich the plastic, and you rip it off and you rip it off. You can use that. That's really like a window sheet. So I save those and use them. That would work on here. Yeah, so I'd love to see what you do. So post them on my VIP page. All right. Yeah, I wish I had waves and embossing folder. I will come up with something and post it later today. So I really appreciate you guys coming and commenting and participating. It makes it fun. I really actually enjoy and look forward to 2 o'clock on Wednesday. So I really appreciate it. It's from you guys. So in the meantime, I have that paper share going on. I have the ribbon share, a new ribbon share going on. And those details are either in your inbox for my email went out this morning, or it's also on my blog. And I will actually post a link to Facebook too. So you have a week to sign up for that if you are interested. All right. Thank you guys. This is great. This makes me happy. All right, I'm going to clean up the mess. I'm going to do something with this, and I'm going to post pictures and let me know what you think. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye-bye.